This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Language development in early childhood. Introduction. Language development refers to the process of deliberate communication using sounds, gestures, or symbols which can be understood by other people. Language is a double perspectives process which forms the basis for other forms of learning. These two aspects include communicating information and listening to others. Existing theories acknowledge early childhood as a period during which physical and cognitive developmental processes occur rapidly. These developments form the basis upon which personal success will depend. Language development is one such process that fully depends on the factors presented during this phase of personal growth. Stages language development. Children undergo various stages in their acquisition of language skills. The following phases depict typical sequences through which the skills develop, although there are diversities in the pattern of growth from child to child. Stage 1 concerns a newborn, whereby it responds to sounds including voices through cries, smiles and coos. Stage 2 concern infants aged between 3 to 8 months, the time during which he or she begins to play with sounds, as well as babbling to others in conjunction with self. Also, in this stage language development is expressed through the waving of arms and kicking of legs. Stage 3 concerns children aged between 8 to 12 months and she or he understands and can react to basic words and signs. Stage 4 deals with children of age 12 to 18 months, the period during which a normal child starts to utter basic words and to follow very basic instructions. In addition, a normal child knows its name and can chatter with a sequence of syllables that mimic expressions. Stage 5 concerns children aged between 18 to 24 months old, the level at which a child can construct two-word phrases and imitate words and gestures of the grown-ups. It can also ask as well as answer general queries. Promoting child language development. The process of promoting language development in children must take into consideration the development stage of the child. The following are some of the ways through which a child's parent or caregiver can promote language development pertaining to the stage of development. Newborn, reaction to the child's cries indicates to the child that she or he can communicate something to you and get a response. 3 to 8 months, it is encouraged that during this stage, the child's custodian sings to the child while changing his or her diaper. Also, it has been discovered that playing peek-a-boo to the infant enhances language development. Also, the caregiver or parent is encouraged to describe daily routines to the child while performing them. 8 to 12 months, during this stage it is commended that the parent or caregiver uses the baby's name repeatedly, perhaps by incorporating the name in simple rhythmical expressions or songs, so that she or he can start to recognize it. Also, Machado recommends giving names to the toys, foods, and other objects surrounding the child. 12 to 18 months, caregiver is advised to entice the child to converse on a toy telephone. Also, a caregiver or parent should present rhymes and finger games to the child. 18 to 24 months, during this stage parent or caregiver is encouraged to talk about the previous day's events and what will transpire the next day. Concepts of child language development. There are 5 concepts of language development which emerge in children's receptive and communicative language processes. The receptive language skills maturity precedes and lays the foundation for the development of the expressive language process. The following paragraphs will explore these concepts of language development in children. To begin with, the phonetic development in toddlerhood involves their ability to express their viewpoints and constructions of phonemes. Phonemes refers to a speech sound that distinguishes one word from another, e.g. the sounds d and t in the words bit and bit. A phoneme is the smallest phonetic unit that can carry meaning. This concept of language development begins to express during toddlerhood when she or he begins to articulate a range of terms. At first, the child's pronunciation is unsteadily characterized with day-to-day variations and in some cases shorter intervals. In addition, some variations have been observed between children in regard to the mastering of certain syllables. Secondly, semantic language development in infancy entails initial connection of speech to meaning, conception and receptive semantic ability, direct and vivid events, symbol development signifying speech, and expressive semantic ability. On the other hand, the concept of semantic language development presents between the ages 1 and 2. At this stage, the toddler possesses a range of 20 to 170 terms in his or her useful vocabulary. Semantic development depicts variation from child to child depending on their respective familial experiences and background. While the child's language will undergo gradual transition with age, the idiomorphs will still be retained in the child's verbal expressions. In their hyperactive exploration of their environment, toddlers discover the identity of people and objects. Furthermore, semantic understanding of toddlers and arising literacy increasingly progress during the toddler stage of a child's language development process. Also, the child's consciousness of environmental features and meaning, like stop signs, brand on food packets, and McDonald's logos increases. This consciousness of written symbols is normally expressed in their behaviors with inscribed materials within their familial environment. Thirdly, the concept of syntactic language development in infants concerns the syntactic understanding and storybook experiences. Conventionally, infants who are engaged in storybook experiences with parents or caregivers get exposed to more complex syntactic arrangement relative to those involved in routine conversational environments. Noteworthy, as infants approach age 1, their verbal and nonverbal participation increase. On the other hand, syntactic learning development in toddlers involves syntactic organization in telegraphic speech, mastering of pronouns, and emergent literacy coupled with syntactic ability. Fourthly, the concept of morphemic language development in infants is influenced by phonemic ability. Development of morphemic understanding is dependent upon the skill to identify sound differences related with inflectional morphemes such as tense indicators, plurals, and possessiveness. Thus, receptive understanding of the meaning-transforming features of morphemic develops with the experiences of spoken and read language. In addition, the development of morpheme skill gets clearer when toddlers start to exercise language. This stage is significant in development of morphemic understanding in regard to noun-verb compatibility and English impact on the use of inflectional morphemes. Conclusion: language development in children is largely dependent on the characteristics of the environment within which the child grows. Experiences of a child determine the rate at which a child develops language skills. The degree of parent or caregiver interaction with a child plays a very significant role in a child's language development. Also, health issues can slow a child's language understanding. This essay on language development in early childhood was written and submitted by your fellow student. You are free to use it for research and reference purposes in order to write your own paper. However, you must cite it accordingly.